All right, we're going to do something a little different today. You might be finding this video with no knowledge of who I am because this is way off topic from my normal stuff. But if I actually click the channel button on my Stream Deck, I've got it open like twice now. I usually make Fortnite stuff, but and that's what the code Mista is. In fact, I should probably just remove that for the video today. Won't be needed. But I made a video on my setup recently and all the monitors and the chair I'm using and the desk and everything, and the Stream Deck got brought up. And it occurs to me that I've never really covered this thing in depth in a video before, and I use it a lot, like every single day, not even just as a content creator, but just as a human on this earth. And I've actually convinced, I mean, it's not like I was trying to get them to buy it, but I have convinced a lot of friends that they should use them. And a lot of people don't need the Stream Deck XL. That's what we're looking at here. I think it's like a $200 product. I'll link it in the description below with some Amazon affiliate links so you guys can help me out. But yeah, it's not something that you really need the XL version of unless you're like a hardcore linker like me. In fact, just to brush over it quickly, the ARs, for example, I make Fortnite videos on weapons, and I have covered a lot of ARs. There are a lot of different assault weapons in that game, and every single button on this page, I have to have a page too. All of these link to my Twitch and YouTube chat, and then you just connect it with your account, and boom, it'll just send the Nightbot command. Any person, any user in chat can run that exact same command, but when I click the button, it just sends it automatically so that I can literally, I'll be in the middle of a gunfight and I can link stuff if you get good enough at it. That one takes a little bit of practice. But on a personal note, I'm actually going to pull up my YouTube channel. That's why I have this tab open still. I use it as like an emoji keyboard, and that's kind of what you're seeing here. That's what I'll show in a second. But in this footage, I was using my main camera. It shows very nicely that they are animated. You can totally see it very easily here that they really do move and dance around, and whenever there's anything, it's not an extremely high quality display. I mean, this is just for personal use, but it's enough pixels to where you can totally see what you're working with. And I can actually just show this in the stream channel in our Discord. Like if I just click a button, all of these, if I go back to the Stream Deck, I can demonstrate. All it does is just type the words of the emote, and then I have it auto hit send. So if I'm just trying to be cute, I can just boom, pop that emote. If I want to, somebody fails, whatever, any emote, literally anything. This is just putting text into it, and you can do a lot with that. You can do a lot with that. So getting back to the Stream Deck here, let's just go to the very main page. All of these are just buttons that I frankly don't use a lot, but if you're just a casual user, maybe you got one of the 6-button designs, you can use any of these to just launch to a website, and this literally just goes to like my members tab. I can't click this. I mean, I can, but I don't want to get into the revenue of my YouTube, so I can't just show the dashboard. But hey, if I just hit the comments button, it'll link me straight to the comments. So these are all the recent ones, and it's really convenient for that use. I don't use it personally because you see I'm heavy on bookmarks, but if you're somebody who likes that clean, you can fill a whole page for links just to whatever. This music button, I don't even use it, but you can add lots of different buttons. This is not an expansive guide to the Stream Deck because there is pretty much everything you can do. I'm pretty sure you can launch programs like of any kind, including like auto hotkey. So if you learn how to program, you are essentially unlimited with the Stream Deck. In fact, there are lots of ways to just sort of continue doing all the things. In fact, I'm going to pull up the pictures. I had not prepped this in advance, but I have a Stream Deck panels section where I have just edited all of my own little things, and just, this was a bruh command, just whatever. All these little things come together and you can make your own icons. That's a lot of work for some people, but I really quite like it. That's why all of my weapons are just, weapons, Minerva merch and whatnot. So back to the beginning, I have a little bit of links. That upper right X, I believe, is just Control W. That closes a tab. I don't use it that much, but Minecraft folder is pretty self-explanatory. I can just click one button and launch straight to my resource packs. If you're a big Minecraft player, I don't use this button all that often, but it's super convenient just to launch my mods folder. And with .minecraft being what it is, yeah, it gets complicated, and this just cleans things up a lot. The emojis, kind of already got into it. I don't need to really get too far into that, but this is my copy paste section. If you guys have ever asked for help from me in my comments, you've probably gotten one of these canned responses. I'm just saying, hey, go get some help in our Discord. Or Founders V-Bucks are a Fortnite related thing where, only founders can get V-Bucks, and this just explains it very clearly what's happening there. How to get the supercharger every week, the Xenombo, how you get that, how to get the storm, all these big responses. I just have clean responses for that. And then I've got the merch links, Discord link, whatever. And then yes, no, honestly, trust me, enough people sometimes say hi in my videos where it's easier to just click a Stream Deck button. And I haven't expanded this a ton, but it's just convenient. And yeah, this, for example, I found out that chapters on YouTube, if I go to one of my bigger videos, you see I've got them all sectioned out like this. you need to have a 000 mark on your YouTube video for an intro, or else none of the rest of the chapters will work. So I went through all my videos one time, and apparently I still have that intro button. So there you go. And then this on the right here, editing, this is just on a personal note. I split left and right and split with my Stream Deck. So I have one hand on the Stream Deck, one hand on the mouse. And I don't do any like super complicated editing, just basic splits, and this will just delete and undo, and that pretty much solves it. I barely even use my, whatever, my audio and video tools. GIMP tools, this is a page we're going to see a couple of times here. It's pretty self-explanatory. It took a lot of work. I had to make these icons myself. I had to upscale them, blah, blah, blah. Probably took me over an hour. Not even gonna lie to you. This was some elbow grease, but it's really convenient to just have all the GIMP tools. I don't even use them all. Some of these buttons I've never pressed. I don't even know what this one does. But having them all here is very, very convenient. And these aren't even technically all of them, but they're everything I'll ever have any use for. So, it's really nice to have. So this editing, seriously, 3 buttons, split left, right, middle, and it's super convenient. That has sped up my editing a lot. So this is the most used page, of course. This is what I consider to be the landing page for when I'm live. I'm not going to get into every button super specifically, but it's the basic stuff. Launch Discord, send the Patreon link, member link, YouTube link, all that in chat. Editing folder is over here as well, because I do edit on stream sometimes. It's also in the more crap folder where you can find the editing button. Again, I was editing the snipers video recently, so linking my own videos in chat allowed me to reference a lot of old videos, and I can probably delete that because I'm done with that. The sniper button is also on the main page down here. And in the more crap section is, again, just this tags everybody, tells them I'm live. Same thing with YouTube. I don't stream on YouTube that much anymore because I'm partnered on Twitch. And by that much, I think it's been over a year now almost. This just tags everybody, just a bunch of roles in our Discord. This launches a bunch of programs. This is where things get a little tricky, but it essentially just launches OBS, Streamlabs, Snaz. I'm not going to do this right now, but if I click this button, it'll just fire up all the programs that I use to stream. Some people use specific programs to put them in specific spots on their monitors. I am using 5 monitors right now, and that is super convenient. This was also for the podcast, but I had, I think, an extra program. Not sure. I think, yeah, GIMP, because I made the thumbnail every time on YouTube. I don't use that too much anymore, but what I've done recently is I launched straight to a folder. Now, this is a little tough to set up, but I think you just drag and drop the folder like right onto here. This is an image, it won't work, but if I do this, actually, I think it will pull up that image if I replace that. I don't want to screw up my own stream. In fact, here, I can just copy and paste. Let's do this. So if I drag it over here, whenever I click this, yeah, it just literally launches that image. I don't know why you'd ever want to launch a specific image, but basically you can just drop any folder into this, where if I click this daily, GIMP's going to fire up. You can see it down here, or it should. Oh, there we go. GIMP's a little dumb. It never, ever launches onto my main display, so we're on the right one today. But when I'm making my daily... Ooh, maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll help. A new update, huh? Well, anyway, this just launches my daily, which I make daily. So having that on a button is really convenient. And then, of course, as I showed, I have all the GIMP tools as well on the same page. Or if it's the weekly, we can just, launch that as well. If I'm making a best perks video, you get the idea. Just launching all of these... templates really do help quite a bit. Asset pack is, again, it's just another file. If I click that, it'll launch the asset pack, which is what I use to make my thumbnails. I don't use that button as much, but it's nice. I don't remember what this does. Bar rater was, oh yeah, Windows Mover. That's one of the things I couldn't get it to work. It doesn't matter. I don't mind setting it up myself. These are just basic timers, so when people want me to do the monkey stream, I can click that button. In fact, I also use the scene editor to get around. We'll get back to what I just showed in a second, where if I click this button, now we're on my main streaming overlay. The bottom one just switches me to my camera. The other two, I think, are just like Minecraft settings. I don't even know if they work. Recording is where we were at, and if I do this, I can just switch between monitor captures off, monitor captures on. I have it as 2 different buttons because the toggle, this one right here, isn't always instant, so it's just kind of a little slower, but I think they actually made it a lot faster. Elgato is really good with updates. The Stream Deck has only improved since I bought it as a product, but turning my monitor off and off with their own individual buttons is instant, and I'm used to it. This is just a creature of habit kind of thing. Like, again, these buttons aren't even pretty. They don't need to be. They just help me work my stream. They don't need to look good. In fact, most people never even see this screen. And then these are where I used a little bit of... This was probably the most complicated thing, and I'm glad that we're on here, because Hannah, thank you, Hannah, was the most recent top cheerer. So if I do recent, that'll just change the text. And then if I click top, it'll switch to top. That doesn't actually change anything functionality. So if I do recent and then I click recent donator or dono, I don't think anybody donated directly, but if I do recent super chat, which I don't do anymore, there you go. Froggy was the last person to actually super chat on YouTube, which is kind of cool that that's even still stored. Recent bits, I believe, was also Hannah. She did 100 at a time. But if I switch to top, this is just text from my display. Again, I'll just show OBS here because that's kind of what's going on here. All of this is in my donation stuff. So you can actually see the buttons change. It's turning off one and on another. And it's pretty cool how that works. It essentially just lets me to navigate all of that. And I can show what's going on here if I, in fact, pull up the options. I am turning on these two, turning off these two. And then for the more complicated ones, I am disabling every single other form of donation. All the top ones, all the recent ones, and I'm turning on Super Chat. Whereas if I want the most, like the top bits, then it turns off everything else and turns on the bits. It's not that complicated to say it, but figuring out how to do this was, as with most buttons on my Stream Deck, a couple hours out of my day, and the grunt work of like actually copy pasting all of these in and then switching one to off, one to on, blah, 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 blah. If I want recent bits, turns off everything else but that one. It's a lot to mess with. Like I said, a couple hours one night, but while people are donating throughout the stream, it's just super convenient to just click top bits and then I'm right back at the action. And as I showed, switching my screens is something I do regularly. I make my daily video and this is a button that gets clicked a lot. It's nice to have that going on. So now that I mentioned all of that, I think I can go back to just recording. I think we're okay. No, I shouldn't. Let's go back to here. This button right here activates the chair camera and monkey camera. This is just really convenient because that's like a reward. People cheer on or whatever. They do channel points on Twitch. And then I've got a timer that I start. So I clicked this. It's actually counting down on my physical device, that 5-minute timer. Or, 15 minutes is currently set to an hour because some people can also do an hour stream. And I will click the 90-second one and we can just find out in 90 seconds. That'll go off at a random time, but that is really nice. I was clicking over to the monkey stream every single time because I had to collapse overlay static, because that's just what I called it, and then monkey and chair I had to do manually. And that's just, I have to tab out of my game, I have to go find it, I have to extend it, which, see, look here, I'll just show it one more time. This right here, as soon as I extend it, now I'm scrolling to get to the rest of my buttons. So it took me an embarrassing amount of time for me to just crack down and put it on my damn Stream Deck. Now it's just instant. I click it with both fingers and now we got a monkey stream for 5 minutes. And once it beeps, I'll manually click it again. I think you can put it on a 5-minute timer. Doesn't matter. I like to run it a little bit of extra anyway, because 5,000 channel points in my stream, they hung out for a lot of hours to get those points. So what's 10 extra seconds? Give them what they paid for. And the viewers like to troll me and chain a few of these together. So if it bleeds over, it's fine. These two are just for me personally. Again, more website links. Two fingers, click them both at the same time, and now we're checking out Fortnite stuff. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. And just little stuff like that really, again, you are limited by your creativity with these stream decks. I'm just showing how I use it here on a daily basis. And yeah, this is kind of a mom came in and is mad at me kind of button. I'm 22, so that's not really a button I click often, but every once in a while an IRL person happens or I need to answer a phone call and this is oh, there's that timer going off. 90 seconds, I knew it'd surprise me. This is a hard mute. In fact, if I click this button, so I'm going to unmute that so we can actually hear me. That just completely disables my main mic. And so nobody on Discord, nobody on stream, I'm not being recorded anymore. It's rare that I click this, but I recommend everybody have like a big red button, so to speak. Mine is black, but a big red mic is off now button. A couple of arguments have happened when I've clicked this button. It's usually a dire situation when that button needs to be clicked. But I highly recommend having it because it's important. And, your personal privacy is a thing that is something you gotta be careful with on stream. And there you go. Can I add you again? These are just regular commands that I get asked a lot. This will launch in Twitch. In fact, actually, here I can just. I don't have a Twitch button on here. We're gonna have to. Let's go to my YouTube. What's the easiest way to get to my Twitch? Here we go. Let's just do that. So if I actually click the can I add you? Can I play? These are just, as it happens, just like that. They just drop blocks of text in chat. I prefer to run a command through my Stream Deck, as I said earlier, so that everybody in chat can also run these exact same commands. It's perfectly viable to just, instead of writing out the command, write out a message through here. That works. I think it works to run a command because not only is this a command on here, but it's a command on Discord. So, if you go to our bot commands, it's just full of people running, commands, myself included. Sometimes people ask me a question on stream, and it's easiest to just run a command. So yeah, let's see what else we got going on in here. I think that just about wraps up the complicated stuff. This scene editor took a while. Podcast chat, I don't even know. I think it launched podcast chat. Yeah, or no, that just typed it in chat. Yeah, and yeah, the heroes and guides is again just a huge wall of buttons. If you're a content creator like myself, I would imagine this is what would be relevant to you. Just drag and dropping the thumbnail, in my opinion, is the most obvious / direct way to just label your button. I mean, I have actually just recently added this recent video on my channel, so that has now filled up this entire page. All of these, just drop a command in chat. Not even a big deal. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. There are buttons like the 5 awesome loadouts where I have actually made 3 of those now, so it just drops 3 commands in chat. But either way, it's a very, very useful thing to have because, I'm linking videos all the time, and as a content creator, it is silly of me to not have all my videos on standby. I haven't counted or anything, but I suspect with all of these weapon guides plus hero guides, I've probably, you can count for me if you want. I mean, whatever. I've probably got at least 2, maybe 300 buttons here just for links, and people appreciate it very often. I will drop a command in chat and get a thank you in response. And this is all just computer stuff recently I added, so, figured I should have that set up. It's just going on down there. It's pretty straightforward, but a lot of the Stream Deck stuff and kind of why I've never made a video on it is pretty boring. It's a button that drops a link in chat, but in the streaming experience, it makes everybody's lives easier. The viewers get immediate response. Nobody else who didn't ask the question has to miss out on too much gameplay because I'm just lickety-split getting these in chat. If I'm, you never know what happens. Sometimes if I'm active in game, as soon as I see the message, then I can drop the link quickly. So yeah, I don't do that too many crazy things. You guys can see that I am not a fiend for making it look crazy nice. This is not supposed to look good. It is a permanent ornament on my desk, so I usually just park on like the emotes just because it's fun and happy, and maybe I'll have them dancing, whatever. That is a dancing cat on my real life screen. I can actually just go back to my video. You guys can sort of see the scene I'm looking at here, but yeah, hopefully this was interesting or helpful to someone. This wasn't meant to be like a Stream Deck tutorial or anything. I'm not obviously the most impressive user of it. I don't think you can do a lot with a Stream Deck, and I do just, I scratch the iceberg, but I'm a very practical person in that it does exactly what I need it to, and the minute that it doesn't, I'll figure it out, and that's all I need. Helps me run the stream better, and I never wanted to say that I would not stream without it, but yeah, after using it, linking a video in chat, tabbing out, clicking into my own stream chat, typing in the command, and then tabbing back into my game is not anything I have to do anymore, and little stuff like that really adds up because it's not uncommon for me to link maybe 50 videos in a stream, because if people ask, what am I going to do? Not tell you? I'll probably click that Discord button a lot. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this was interesting. I'll see you later, and yeah, subscribe, Twitch link down below, check me out. I'll see you guys later. And then